information symmetry, and MR is equal to MC, profit maximization, no? Ano pa yung hindi ko nabanggit? Homogeneity of the organization. Ayun, so pag sinabing homogeneity, it means nagkakaisa ang owner, managers, and workers as to the profit maximization objective of the company. Homogeneity. Rationality, kahit pa hindi perfect, no? Kahit pa hindi perfect ang traditional theory of a firm, nandun yung assumption that they act based on rationality. So meaning, they don't jump, no? They don't dive immediately. They try to decide again based on the market information that has been provided. Medyo wise, they base their own decision on the experiences that they have. No? Hindi man ganun ka-sophisticated as the modern economics or modern business undertakings, but parang lagi silang may safety net as to profit maximization. And we have concluded last time, tama, na even though there are other non-profit goals, ano, maximization of profit is inevitable. Ano ibig sabihin nun? Profit is, or to earn profit or to maximize profit is inevitable for every firm. Why? Ano sabi natin? Ms. Reyes, you would like to respond? Why
Um,
why do we say that profit maximization is inevitable? Okay naman yung reception ko, hindi delayed.
Hindi po, ma'am. It is inevitable po kasi po yung isang company po, hindi po nila puwedeng i-avoid po yung pagma-maximize po ng profit nila since, ang organization po or ang firm ay ang pinaka-main objective po nila or ang kanilang goals is to earn profit po.
And they can fulfill, di ba? They can fulfill other purpose or other goals
If they are earning profit po.
yes. Example ng non-profit goal. Thank you, Miss Reyes. Okay na yun. Pag wala sumagot, ikaw ulit. Anyone else? Example ng non-profit goal. Charity, like outreach program, or other things like scholarships, di ba? Mga housing benefits sa employees. Kasi yung social responsibility ng institution or ng businesses, ng firm, hindi lang sa labas yan. No? Pag sinabi mong charity, kanino binigay si charity? And ideal daw, no? Pinaka-ideal daw, na binibigyan ng charity or incentives para sa mga employees. Huwag nang lumayo. Charity begins at home. By so doing kasi, parang profit sharing na din yun. No? Yung charity or welfare of the employees. I was able to read a book. Yung book ni Bernardo Villegas sa Managerial Economics. Sinabi niya doon that kung magbibigay ng charity or yung social responsibility ay wag mo na lumabas. Unahin ng empleyado. And I think that will solve the problem of agency problem, yung conflict of interest. Di ba yung sinabi natin na para hindi mag-corrupt ang mga managers. Speaking. Para hindi mag-corrupt ang mga managers. Tuloy. Okay lang, tuloy na. Para hindi magkurap ang mga managers, kailangan i-satisfy din yung kanilang mga needs. Kasi based doon sa ating Module 6, hindi raw totoo yung homogeneity of the business. True? Anong sinasabi? Kasi, according to the criticism of the classical economics school of thought, yung homogeneity of the organization is not true because some managers and workers do not have the same goal. In reality, totoo yun, di ba?
Yes po.
Mhm. So yes, binanggit natin that workers would like to what? Develop their economic condition. Workers. Managers would like what? To satisfy some dreams and aspirations and blah blah blah. And in reality, we have heard of some conflict. So yun ang criticism sa classical um, school of thought regarding the theory of the firm. So, may solusyon naman ulit yung mga management experts that in order for the managers to commit fraud is to provide them with profit sharing and incentives. Totoo kaya yon? You think it will be effective na kapag kino-consider ang managers as parang shareholders na rin or owners na din through profit sharing, may iwasan ang fraud or corruption. And matututunan nyo yan in higher management subjects. Okay? So, that is the theory of the firm. No? Meron tayong assumption, the classical school of thought of economics has some characteristics or assumption of a firm. And we also we discuss about circular flow diagram, the role of the firm and the household. Okay? So, huwag kakalimutan yun. Lalo na, syempre, no, basic yon, economic model, simplification of reality, so and so. And then the neoclassicists, they have views also. And neoclassicists include those economists that are creating some concepts and theories nowadays. No? So, madami na yun. Pero syempre, binibigyan natin ng respeto yung contribution ng mga classical economists. Ang neoclassical ay dynamic. No? Meron silang kinuha from classicists, meron din naman silang binago from the classical school of thoughts. Now, let me present the Module 7. Module 7. Continuation din po ito ng firm, kaya lang more specific on production theory. Hello, nasa na? Okay, nakikita po sa screen.
Yes po.
Okay, thank you. So, the learning objectives of this module, production theory and cost analysis, is that, say, you can imagine, no? You can imagine a company that produces a product. Sige nga, type in sa inbox. What specific product do you have in mind? Gamitin natin siyang example. Type in po. Yes, Coke. 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 Meron akong Coke. Oh. Kayo talaga. Okay, Pepsi. Para balansen eh, substitute. Oh, ang hirap. Basahin ko yung ingredients. Anong nakalagay? Ingredients, carbonated water, sugar, caramel. Diba? Sabagay, no? Ngayon ko lang ito nabasa sa buong buhay ko. Umiinom ako ng Coke pero di ko binabasa yung ingredients niya. Caramel color, acidity regulator, nun, phosphoric acid, natural flavors, caffeine, sweetener, ano yung sucralose. Ayan, sucralose na. Sucralose. Ha? Sweetener. Ayan, ang sweetener nga. Yun, yung mga ingredients. Ngayon, talking about production function, so, have you read? Ito po, nakikita nyo. Yan, no? May production function. So, ang definition niya is a relationship between inputs and output. Production function is like the utility function for the consumer, but we're not combining goods to generate utility, but we're business using resources to produce output. If you're going to read further in this module, you will find inputs like labor and capital. May nakarating ba doon sa pahinang iyon o sa areang iyon?
Yes po, ma'am.
Oh, bilis ah. Bilis magbasa ah. Oh, any product, Miss Camposano?
Yung pagkakaintindi ko po doon is yung output po is equal po siya sa ano po, sa labor and capital po ng isang firma. Halimbawa po, yung sinasabi po na yung sa production function po, kaya po sinabi na relationship po siya between inputs and output kasi po nagkakaroon po ng mga yung short run and long run po, 'di ba? Yung sa short run, meron pong variable na quantities na at saka yung fixed na quantities or yung variable cost and fixed cost po. Doon na babase yung yung kung yung short run po, kung ano yung magiging relationship po ng input sa magiging output. Halimbawa po, sa short run, ang labor is variable po siya. Ang fixed one po doon is yung capital pag short run po ito. Ibig sabihin po noon, yung output po is equals po sa sa labor and fixed po na capital. So yung meron din po doon yung marginal production po over labor is equals to change in quantity. Yung output po over the quantity of labor. Ibig sabihin po noon, base po sa pagkakaintindi ko is yung nagkakaroon po ng changes po or pag-increase o pag-decrease sa output ng isang product pag nagbabago din po yung inputs niya. Parang yun nga sabi dito is relationship po siya ng inputs and outputs. Tapos pati po ba yung iba pa po ba, ma'am, na nabasa ko?
Sige lang. Kung
Okay
kaya
po.
pa. Hinga ng konti.
Tapos meron din po akong nabasa about po sa 3 stages of law po. Yung meron po dito na yung sa about po sa TPP or yung TPP is mga ulit yan, nakalimutan yung TPP. Ang TPP
The
po,
average product.
ayun po, total physical product po. Tapos yung MPP naman is yung marginal physical product. So sa stage 1 po, base po dito, yung TPP is nag-i-increase po siya kasabay po ng MPP. Ang tawag po sa stage na yon is increasing returns. Sa stage 2 naman po, yung TPP is umaakyat pa din po siya, nag-i-increase, but yung MPP po is nagde-decrease po siya or nagde-decrease po siya pero ano pa din, positive pa naman po yung pag-decrease niya. Ang tawag naman po doon is stage of diminishing returns. Sa pangatlong stage po, yung TPP is nagde-decline na po siya, tapos yung MPP is nagde-decline pa din po siya. Pero po dito sa stage 3 is negative na po yung pag-decrease nung MPP. Yung tawag naman po doon is stage of negative returns. Tapos ang pagkakagets ko din po kasi po
'di ba po nung consumer's behavior, tapos i-differentiate ko lang po siya dito sa may production behavior. Kasi po 'di ba sa consumers, ang gusto po natin is utility maximization po. Gusto
Mm-mm.
po natin ma-maximize yung utilities na nakukuha po natin or yung satisfaction na nakukuha po natin. Pero po dito sa production theory po, ang gusto po ng firm, kasi about po to sa firm, sabi nga po ninyo na continuation po to ng chapter 6 na the firm. So,
Two.
ang goal naman po dito is to maximize profits, which is revenue less cost. Para po mas madami po yung revenue natin, babawasan po natin yung cost na effective dapat po na effective po yung magiging effect po sa firm. So meron din po akong nabasa about sa long run, which is yung variable po is lagi po siyang yung inputs po ay laging variable. Ang ano naman po
Mm-mm.
dito is
All variables.
opo, quantities or yung outputs po niya is is the square root of uh, labor multiplied by capital po. Kasi po, halimbawa, meron pong labor na 2, tapos yung capital niya po is 2 din. So, pag in-square niyo po doon, isa lang din po yung makukuha nyo. Ganun din naman po, pag yung iba pang labor is same lang naman po, kasi variable lang naman po yun eh. Next po is, dito po sa meron dito akong nabasa about sa marginal product po at saka yung total product. So sa total product, siya po yung total amount ng output ng firm po na yung napoproduce po ng firm. Sa marginal product naman, siya po yung change in the firm's total product that results, nagre-result po siya ng increase na galing po siya kasi ang pagkakagas ko po sa marginal para po siyang additional po eh. So
Yes,
from
addition.
apo. So kung meron na po tayong total product tapos yung marginal product po, parang additional po siya na nakukuha po dun sa total product. Next naman po is, ayun ma'am, so i-ano ko lang po yung pagkakaiba po ng short run and long run. So, sa short run po is, yung some inputs can be variable and fixed po. Tapos po yung long run naman po is, ito po yung period that all inputs are variable. Yun po ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much. So you were able to describe what? Number two, no, the difference between short run and long run, and then the concept of marginal product in the stages of production, which you have shown diminishing marginal productivity and production and cost, hindi pa, no, pero common sense that production, ano, each time that you decide to produce something, there are accompanying cost with it, just like you were saying about marginal cost that is attributed to marginal output produced. Kasi yung additional output na pinoproduce ng firm, depende yan sa decision ng managers, no, ng firm, whether to add more, no, more output. It accompanies more inputs. Rational naman yan, ano. Pero syempre, the objective of the firm sana, there will be more and more output but lesser cost or lesser input to be used. Parang tubong lugaw, yung economies of scale na tinatawag. No? Yun ang pinapangarap ng mga companies na in the long run ay bumababa ang cost habang napaparami naman ang production. Pero hindi laging ganon, no? So, ah halos nasabi na ni Miss Camposano lahat ng lecture. Very good, no? She was able to um, discuss most of the part ng production theory and cost. Now, do you have any clarification? O, tanong, which region or which stage of production is rational? Nandun din yun sa module. I think nabanggit na rin ni Ms. Camposano. But I want other students to add more as to what stage is most rational and why. Tatlo lang po yun. Stage 1 ba, stage 2 ba, or stage 3. Yung isa, increasing rate. The other one is decreasing rate. And the other one is diminishing or negative. So which among the three stages of production is rational? We assume that the firm acts on rationality. Hanggang saan magpuproduce? Anong stage?
2 po.
Anong determinant? Stage 2, no? Up to what number of manpower? Kung tinignan yung graph. Wala mo naka-indicate. Okay. Ito, kung titingnan natin yung table, marginal product, here, 0, 5, 10, 8, 4, 2, and 1. Okay? Any decision? Okay, so notice labor input varies from 0 to 6. Capital input used is just 1. Capital represents machineries, diba? And the third column is what total products or the number of goods per, no? Per input used. So the combination of 1 is 2, 1 labor, 1 capital input, we can produce 5. So if we're going to measure the additional product produced by the first labor or manpower is 5. Now, employing 2 or additional labor, so we have 2 manpower or workers with capital input which is constant at 1. So we have total product as 15, but the marginal product is only 10. So our analysis for 10 is what? What is 10 being the marginal product of labor? What is 10? In the graph. Siyempre nakalagay naman, di ba? Marginal product of labor with 2 manpower. The second manpower was able to contribute 10 units. Si first unit of manpower with capital input as constant to 1, 5 lang. Nung naging dalawa na sila, 15 na yung total product. Follow? Susundan po ba?
Yes po.
Okay. So if the marginal product of the first worker is 5 and we have total product 15 with 2 manpower. So ilan yung nadagdag? Nung hinire mo yung second person, ilan yung nadagdag? This is the additional product, no? Produced by the firm by deciding to employ the second manpower. So productive si manpower number 2. 10 kasi kung ikukumpara niyo si 2 and 1, mas mataas ang na-contribute ni 2. Kasi 10. No? And then, the third manpower was able to help produce 23. And to measure, it was able to contribute. The third manpower was able to contribute 8 units. We can consider up to the 6th manpower as rational. Kahit isa lang yung dinagdag niya, malay nyo ito ay isang eroplano, isang kotse, or whatever. With the help of the 6th worker, meron pang additional product which is 1. Rational pa rin. So, hindi na tinuloy. Siyempre, 1 na ito. Malamang ang susunod, yung 7, ay, what is your conclusion with the 7? Kung mag-hire ng 7 person or manpower, what do you think would happen? Using the law of diminishing marginal productivity. Zero or negative na, no? Crowded na. Pababa kasi. So, pinakamagandang example niyan, halimbawa, palay production. Ang hektarya mo, ang area devoted for palay production is just an hectare. Na nakita ninyo dun sa example na yung first farmer can produce 5, say 5 kabans. Siguro nahihirapan siya sa laki nun ay hinire niya yung additional manpower, the second farmer. And you have seen that with the 2 farmers, they were able to produce 15, which is higher than 5 nung nag-iisa lang. And no more technical, you were able to associate the 10 additional output to worker number 2. Okay? So, yun yung konsepto. Ngayon, logic would tell us that if we keep on increasing number of workers or farmers in a limited land area, hindi rin ideal. No, tataas yung cost mo, tapos yung sharing, bababa dahil mas marami na ang naghahati-hati. Tapos, nakita ninyo na although 6 iyan, hindi ibig sabihin pare-pareho yung contribution na naibibigay nila sa organization. Okay, sa barbershop, hindi pwedeng napakaraming barbers or haircutters. Kasi kung usually maliit lang yung space ng barbershop, may chair, tapos may customers pa. So, alangan naman na nakatayo yung customer habang naghihintay. Diba? So, you should allot a space for each, kung hindi magugupit yung tenga pag nasagi. That's morbid. Na? O, ganun din sa call centers. You can imagine ulit, limited space lang. Limited lang din yung kanilang equipment. Can you hire? Can you keep on hiring without shifting? Na nagka-crowd, halimbawa, yung doubling number ng manpower? So, yes, no, there are many factors that can contribute to diminishing marginal returns or productivity. Una, character, attitude, diversity of culture and beliefs. So, hindi pwedeng maging crowded yung opisina. No? Share ko lang dati, isa lang yung faculty room, tapos wala pa kasing annex before. Yung main building lang kasi ang meron. So, ang mga faculty members ay nagsisiksikan sa isang faculty room. O, yun na. No, clash of characters. Yung faculty members not properly introduced. So, yun. Nang sisino, pag mang sisino, ganyan. Meron akong nakita before, may nangbabatong faculty member, may nagpapaalis doon sa chair. So, crowded. No? Ang teachers pa naman, ngayon, ang luwag-luwag namin, 3 lang kami dito sa faculty room. Naka-aircon pa kami dati, kaya wala kaming aircon. So, parang everyone is irritated. Ganon. So, we cannot expect too much production or returns if hindi po balance yung number of manpower to the working space and equipments being used. Kailangan 1:1 ang computer. Kailangan namang mag-agawan. Kung pareho ang schedule, paano masiserve yung ibang klase? You get me? So during short run lang naman yon. Kasi may fixed input. Pero pag long run na, all inputs are variable. Gets yun? Very good yung ginawang analysis ni Ms. Camposano. No? So ulitin natin, stage 2 is the rational stage of production because although the increase is at decreasing rate, meron pa rin na nadadagdag. So this is stage 2. No? Hanggat ika-6, meron pa rin nadadagdag, maski isa, logical pa rin. Okay? And that is true during short-run production lamang. No? Again, total product, marginal product, nakita nyo naman yan sa graph. Okay? Ito po yung solution. 5 minus 0 is equal to 5. This is a marginal product by adding the first worker. The second worker, 15 minus 5, 10. Okay? Stages of production. Stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. Significance of the 3 stages. Okay, law of variable proportions in terms of total productivity. Okay. Now, we go to the cost. And di ba nung sa circular flow diagram, you remember? There are assigned payments to be made by the firm by hiring or employing the different factors of production. You recall? For labor, we have, okay na po. Okay lang. I'm talking about the circular flow diagram and going back to the figure. Di ba may loop? You remember the loop? Asa mo yun? Ito. Oh, here. Nakita niyo to? So the loop, no, the outer loop indicates flow of payments. So you see from the product market, the firm received sales, and by employing the factors of production, the firm has to create or make payments in the factor market, which is received as an income by the household. Okay, and again, since this is a cycle or circular, the household buys for its consumption. It buys a product in the product market and pays in terms of sales or revenue that goes to the firm. Now, if we are going to include financial market, you can see that the household saves in the financial market and the firm also parang returns investment, the interest and the dividends they make, no? And in the form of capital, they borrow from the financial market. Yan. Or the dividends or interest seem to be used again for reinvestment as a form of capital, no? Sa firms. Or household, if they are not reinvesting, babalik yun sa kanila, yung kanilang dividends and the interest, which they can use for, again, in the consumption process. Okay? So it just logical, again, to assume that factors receive income or factors of production receive factors payments. Yes? And the payment for labor is wage. For the land, we assign payment as rent. Familiarity yan eh. Okay, so for land, we have wage. Brother. Rent. And for labor, we have wage. What else? For capital, interest. Bakit kaya? Sino nakakaalam? Why do you think that the payment for capital is interest? Anyone would like to guess? For the entrepreneur receives normal profit. And the pure profit is received by the entity itself, the business entity. So, ayan, no? Itong rent, cost yan, di ba? Tsaka wage, it's a cost, no? Incurred by the firm by employing the different factors of production. So, capital, bakit interest? It is assumed, yung capital, dalawa kasi yan. It can be machineries or money capital. Again, it is assumed that the money capital borrowed has been, say, used for the purchase of capital goods, machineries, technology. Ayan. So, kaya interest yung bayad, no? Yung parang cost of borrowing, ina-assume na kung nag loan, no? Ay may interest payments na gagawin yung company o yung firm. Kasi ang capital is assumed to be big amount of money. Minsan, hindi naman din readily available yung additional capital, personal money ng investors or owners. We acknowledge yung borrowings. And in borrowings, we pay interest. Hindi po ba yun? Kaya interest po yung nakalagay sa these are costs on the part of the firm. So we study cost by looking at it. Ang logic is kapag ka nag-produce ka, lagi pong may accompanying cost or expenses. So we have total costs. What is total cost? Summation, ano? So if we have variable input, we pay for wage. And yung variable natin is labor, di ba? Yung variable input natin in this particular example is manpower. Nakita po ba? Table. Yan. And the fixed input here is capital. Huh? So say interest. Yan. Assuming that we only have two factors of production being used. So we only have the variable input, which is labor, and the fixed input, which is capital or machineries. So pag inad mo yung expenses mo for variable input labor, which is wage, and the interest we pay for capital, so we have the total cost. Total cost is the sum of variable cost and fixed cost in the long run, in the short run. Plus we assign cost for all inputs. No? But we have an assumption here na dalawa lang po yung ginamit nating input. So pag sinabi natin total cost, combination lang ng dalawa. Then we have marginal cost. So since naman na fix yung fix yung equipment or capital, tama? when we compute for marginal cost, we associate it to, say, the change in total product, total output, total cost over the change in labor. Kasi we have average fixed cost. For the wage, bakit po? Kasi ang nagdagdagan lang naman, di ba? No? Ang nadagdag lang naman na cost ay yung cost ng variable input. Since the fixed input, we assign a fixed cost for it. Now we know the definition of whether we produce or not. The fixed cost is the same. So in computing for the marginal cost, we compute for the additional cost incurred because we decided to produce additional unit of a good. Or it's a change in total cost walang kung paano gumamit ang delta dito. Okay. Ayan. So, over time, kumbaga, over time, yung binabanggit ko kanina na economies of scale, ina-expect na marginal cost would decrease, no? Sa long run period, the marginal cost, that means the additional cost incurred for every additional unit that we produce is through technology, advanced management technique and strategies in the long run, no, habang nag-a-advance yung company, nagkakaroon ng tinatawag na economies of scale wherein the marginal cost is decreasing while output or the marginal product is increasing. That is a goal in order to maximize profit. Yung parang tubong lugaw. Long run. Sabi kasi, hindi naman magsusurvive yung company kung hindi niya natutunan kung paano magbababa ng marginal cost. If you keep on decreasing or minimizing your marginal cost, and ibig sabihin, dumadami din yung output mo. So your marginal revenue becomes higher kasi nakakabenta ka ng mga additional output mo. And because of advancement or parang experience and being veteran in the business, ay nakikita mo na mas cheaper yung cost ng iyong raw materials without sacrificing quality, although that's quite difficult. No? What else? Produce in areas or countries na mababa ang labor. So, makita ninyo na sa international business or international trade, magtatanong kayo, bakit pinipili ng mga companies na mag-operate sa mga third world countries? Diba? Yung presence ng mga signature brands, bawa production of expensive or luxurious items in China. Have you heard of that? Kaya daw yung mayaman ng China eh. Kasi pinipili ng mga multinational companies na mag-operate doon sa countries na mababa ang or cheap ang labor. Tanong, bakit cheap yung labor sa China? oversupply. So itong concept na ito sa managerial economics, magagamit ninyo. No? Yung tinatawag na diminishing marginal productivity. Ginagamit yan sa call centers nga, yung binanggit ko kanina, na kapag limited yung space, huwag kang mag-hire ng mas madami kasi may tendency mag-away-away. So, ang nangyayari, meron na lang shifting. So, you can strategize based on the learning from the concept of law of diminishing marginal productivity. Tama po ba? Ganun din sa farming. Huwag ka maglagay ng fertilizer sa limited lamang na lot area. Meron lamang tamang timpla, kumbaga, or combination ng soil and fertilizer. Pag sobra, di ba, posibleng mamatay yung halaman mo. Ganun. No? Wag din masyadong madaming manggagawa o farmer kasi instead na malaki yung kikitain ng magsasaka, may-ari ng lupa, mababawasan pa kasi there are always additional costs incurred. Ngayon, sa international business nga, kagaya ng binanggit ko, sa long run period, ay inaasahan dahil, no, alam niyo ba yung competition kapag nasa long run na, yung mga survival na lamang. Mga survival pala. Gets? Kung hindi ka makakarating doon sa long run stages, kung hindi ka nag-survive sa short run stage, kung nalugi ka nung short run, hindi mo mararanasan yung long run. Sa long run, inaasahan na dahil matagal ng panahon na nag-ooperate ka, you become creative, no, in your decision making as a manager. Mapapababa mo si cost, si marginal cost. Yun yung application ng production theory and cost analysis dito, no, sa konseptong ito. How does it help you? Ulit, yung bottom line, profit maximization is still true. MR is equal to MC. Yung dapat na price or marginal revenue, bakit price and marginal revenue is equal? We usually assign same prices. So, marginal revenue is the additional revenue you incur out of selling 1 unit of a good. Nagbenta ka ng isa, may papasok sa yung halaga ng isang piraso na binenta mo, which is equal to its price. And hindi tayo madalas na nagbabago ng presyo. Hindi madaling nagbabago ng presyo. Tama po ba? Napapansin niyo po ba? Hindi pala. Sabi niyo, ay may inflation po ngayon. Siyempre, yung inflation is phenomenal. Ibig sabihin, circumstantial. Hindi naman laging ganun kasi hindi rin pinapayagan ng government. May price regulation din kasi ang government, especially sa mga basic items. Kaya, we assume that the price is fixed most of the time. O hindi na natin neglectful na yung mga 50 cents, 25 cents additional. Diba? Mga shampoo. Demand is inelastic. Tama? Ang shampoo, dati 5 piso. Ginawang 6. Hindi ka na ba nag-shampoo? Dahil 6 pesos na siya. Hindi na ba nagsha-shampoo dahil tinaasan? Ayun. So, parang neglectful. Good. Diba? Good for the firm. Good for the manufacturers kasi kahit tumataas yung presyo, no? Nababawi nila yung additional cost nila. It's inelastic. Anong sabi nila? Inelastic. So that even if you incur additional cost for your production, ipapatong mo siya dun sa price mo. the effect would be minimal. Konti lang yung reduction. Kung magre-reduce man, konti lang ang pagbaba sa demand. So, if you keep on minimizing your cost, kung ikaw ay isa sa mga players or producers ng product na yon, halimbawa, madami kayo o 10 kayo na nagpo-produce noon, at ikaw, being the veteran, you were able to develop in the long run of reducing and minimizing your cost. Tapos sila, nagtataas sila ng presyo, no? Nagtataas sila ng presyo kasi binabawi lang nila yung kanilang cost. Hindi nila nakuha yung strategy mo, yung methods mo, technique mo sa production na kung saan mapapababa mo yung presyo. Sabayan mo yung presyo nila, the greater the profit that you can earn. Or, dahil mas efficient ka, mas cost efficient ka sa yung production, you can ask lower price and you become more competitive compared to other participants in the market. So, those are the things, no, that you can learn from the theory of production and cost analysis. Marginal cost analysis. Pababain mo ng pababain si marginal cost agad kaya mo. Paano mo gagawin yon? Maghanap ka ng supplier na mas mababa ang cost kumpara sa dati o sa iba. Okay, sourcing of suppliers. Sa supply chain yon. Tapos, yung labor. Maghanap ka din ng manpower na mas mura. Kaya, minsan, nag-outsource na nga yung mga multinational company. Iniiwan nila yung mga countries nila na napaka-expensive ng labor. Bakit nagiging expensive ang labor? Konti. Konti lang yung population. O you think of countries na mababa ang population. Japan. Diba? Western countries na nag-implement ng one-child policy. Konti na lang yung population. Ayan pa ba kayo? To tell you, tayo ay operating sa global market. Kaya yung application ng discussion natin, no, talking about marginal marginal cost, it's applicable to international setting. Dito mo yan magagamit. Halimbawa, ikaw ay isang country manager. No? O kaya you are the overall supervising manager ng isang region like Asia. Pipili ka. So, where is the next location? Hanap tayo kung saan mas cheaper yung factors of production cost. Applying, sabi nga nila, ang mga international businesses daw or multinational companies daw, hindi naman yan lalabas ng country nila kung hindi pa nila natutunan yung long run, no? Long run cost ng kanilang production. Pag naging veteran na sila, masanay na sila, lalabas na sila ng countries. No? Yung strategies kasing iyon, lalo pang magpapayaman dun sa business. Yung profit nila mas tataas kasi this is open to bigger markets, open to lesser cost of production, lesser highly productive labor kagaya ng mga Pilipino, no? Highly productive labor sila kasi may attitude na mababait, magagaling mag-English, nagkakaintindihan. So, imaginein mo yung country na hindi nakakaintindi ng English tapos American yung company. O di, puro error yung nangyari doon. O, ang Pilipinas is parang parang choice, no? It becomes a production, isa sa mga countries of first choice, lalo na sa mga BPOs and call centers. Alam niyo yan, di ba? You have heard of it. Kalaban natin ay India. Yes. Okay. Kasi magagaling din silang mag-English. Kasi nga naman, naging colony sila. Tayo hindi. Ha? Diba? Are you learn? Natuto?
Natututo naman po.
At ito kausap ko, matukan kita, sagot ka ng sagot. Okay lang na. Ayan. Ayan. So yun, simulan natin. The firm, circular flow diagram, assumptions, no? Ilan yun? 6? Profit maximization, market information symmetry, homogeneity, rationality, and what else pa? Parang 4 ng 5 lang yung nabanggit ko. No? And then, what are the criticisms given to the theory of the firm? And siguro yung response nyo dun sa criticism. No, not all firms are operating for the maximization of profit. And then, doon sa ating theory of production, pinadali ni Ms. Camposano ang ating discussion, saka yung cost analysis. No? So, production theory, production function. So, meron akong requirement dun sa inyo na you think of a product and what are the inputs being used and try to analyze, no? Parang imagine those items and create a production function. Can you do that? Kung nga, huwag kayo masyadong mabait. Kailangan namin pumapasa sa board exam. Ang hirap pag may na tao, pasensya na kayo. Isip nila sila kinakausap ko, kayo kausap ko. Di ba? Para kami mga baliw na hindi pag-usap sa ano. Sa faculty room na kami. Kaya minsan may pumapasok na estudyante. Sana kayo din naman, kakatok din naman kayo minsan. You'll be careful na lamang. Magdala daw kayo ng piece of paper, pang-bistol. Kay Ma'am Bistol po, gaganon kayo.
Isa tayo na. Pag lalapit kasi umang ko sa pito.
Okay po. O para dismiss ko na kayo. May klase pa tayo mamaya.
Ma'am, yung activity pong sinabi niyo po, saan po siya nakapost?
Wala. Sa test.
Ay, okay po. Thank you po.
Wala sa test. Pero you can, naman, practice. Kita niyo yun?
Ma'am, sa Thursday po yung midterm po natin, tama
Yes.
po. Ano po ang coverage po?
Ano ba yung last na mga? 7, 6, ano ba yung 5? Tandaan niyo yung 5. Consumer theory and indifference curve, was it included or hindi Na-test na natin yan Uy. Ay, kasama ba ang 4? Ay, sa long quiz pala siya kasama. So, 4 to 6. 4 to 7. Iyak na. Sige, ma'am.
Pero sabi nila, from God yun, pero magagaan ko siya.
Oo, ma'am.
Kasi ito pala yung mga
May nagano na po sa akin.
pero ito na yun. Wala na kayo, wala na.
Bye-bye na. Bye-bye.
Thank you po, ma'am.
See you later. Nagpo